This is John from EastCoastArmory.com, and I'm here today with a project update video for this 1/6 scale Armortek radio-controlled M4A4 Sherman tank. In this video, the model was put through its second road test. The purpose of its secondary road test is to finalize the track tension on the model. The last time the model was road tested was several months ago. Since then, a lot of work has been made to the hull as well as the turret. With all of this new added machinery, the tank's weight has changed since the original road test. Also, with all this new machinery added, the tank's weight is not going to increase very much from this point on. So it's at this point in which the secondary road test is recommended. The Sherman, by its nature, has a very picky choice when it comes to its track tension. You don't want to have it too loose, you don't want to have it too medium. On some tanks, like the Russian tanks, you're a little bit more forgiving. But on Shermans, if you don't have the track tension set just right, it could lead to a lot of problems with derailment as well as other issues. On Shermans, if the track is too loose and there's too much sag on the top rail, the tracks will have a really bad tendency to throw very easily, specifically off-road. Also, the front area on the Sherman tank, when if the tracks are set too loose, you'll have an excessive amount of sag in this location here. That excessive sag is less than ideal, as it can kink and hit the first road wheel, which can cause a derailment. On the flip side, if the tracks are tensioned too tight, you're actually putting way too much stress on the final drive as well as on the idler mount. One procedure that I strongly recommend for the performance of the vehicle is on the track teeth themselves. As we recall from a previous video, the tooth on the Armortek Sherman tank is held together just like the real one with the use of fasteners. The problem is if the fasteners tend to unravel themselves while the tank is in operation. If that happens, the tooth will fall apart and then the whole unit will work itself loose and the whole track will disassemble on you. Needless to say, that's less than ideal. However, the fix is super easy and very permanent. To prevent any problems with the fasteners undoing themselves, you simply take a drop of CA. I use thick CA, but thin CA is also applicable, and you add a small drop of super glue to every single fastener once the track is assembled. That small little fix of the super glue will permanently alleviate the track disintegrating situation, and the model will run flawlessly. As for how flawlessly, my other Armortek Sherman, I did that procedure back in 2006, and since then I've never once had the track derail on me in that time of operation. With all those modifications out of the way, the vehicle is now ready for its secondary road test. Now I do have the smoke system activated, however it might be difficult to see with all the sunlight that we have now, but let's just give it a shot anyway. after the tank's test drive, the tank performed very well. I did notice that the track was snapping a little bit on the sprocket. However, it appears to have just been the track just breaking in, as the track is still very new. Once the tank was driven a little bit more, the popping seemed to have alleviated itself, and the tank now runs a lot more smoother. The model will now head back to the shop and back onto the lift in order to resume construction. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead, take a detour so I can go ahead and thoroughly wash down the lower suspension. And with that, that concludes this project update video for this 1/6 scale Armortek radio-controlled M4A4 Sherman tank. If you like this video, stop by and like us on Facebook, and don't forget to check out eastcoastarmory.com for more 1/6 scale tank builds, as well as other 1/6 scale detail components. Thank you.